Hey thinkers, if you ever struggle with developing ideas or building out ideas whenever you have like essays or projects that are due, then I'm going to give you one technique today that I feel will help revolutionize your process for building out and developing these types of ideas. Okay, so the technique that I'm going to share with you today is called mind mapping. And whenever I ask students if they've heard of this particular technique, many students say that they haven't. And I didn't learn about this until I was in my master's program, but it was something that really revolutionized my ability to be able to develop ideas throughout both my master's and PhD. And so because it was of such high value to me and my success, I feel like it might be something that might benefit you. If it doesn't, then perhaps some other technique will. But if you are a visual learner, then this process will likely work for you. Okay, so what is mind mapping? Mind mapping is the process of building out a main idea or a thesis into a network or system of ideas. So what I want to do is actually give you a practical example. So in order to do that, come over my shoulder and let me show you on the computer. Okay, so I'm using the application Xmind, and you can go to xmind.net. I've also provided the link in the description below. So if you don't have a mind mapping tool, this one is actually free. There is a pro version, but you can download this version for free, and it works quite well. So once you download it, open it up, and it'll bring you to this home screen. You can see there's a lot of options here, but I'm just going to use this map option. So I'm going to double click on this, and I'll just use the default option because it's fine. And then you can see it automatically populates the central topic here. So we can call this a central topic or the thesis, whatever you want to say here. And then you see some other options up here, and we're not going to get too detailed into this. Once you download this application, you can start experimenting with this and change background colors and select a wallpaper. You see over here that there's an outline of what you're doing each time you make an action. But the main thing I want to focus on in this application is simply using it to build out a visual outline. So whenever we start with the central topic, we've decided what it is that we want to talk about, and we figure out, okay, here's the first main topic, and I just use tab to create that branch there. And let's say for this main topic, I want 2 subtopics, and I'm hitting tab and then return for the second subtopic. And from here, I simply continue on this path. And let's say I want 3 subtopics for main topic 2, and then I'm going to have 3 topics total, and I want to use another 2 topics here. And you just saw in that mistake that was accidental, but I could build out this particular subtopic even further, and it doesn't matter. This kind of goes to infinity, if you will. I can continue to build out these points, and it just allows me to be able to get a good visual illustration of the idea that I'm trying to create. And I may find that I want to rearrange some of these, or I might find that this particular subtopic might fit better with this subtopic. And I want to also point out that these main topics don't necessarily need to be the order that you're creating in. This is just to simply build out your idea. Now also I want to make sure that you understand that once you save this, you can always come back and make modifications. This doesn't have to stay the same way the first time, and that's the great thing about using an application versus using paper. I do build out mind maps like this on paper, but it could get really messy and sloppy really quickly, and this is just a way to keep it extremely neat. My recommendation is that once you get done with your map, that you then put it into outline form. And I've actually provided this simple sheet for you as a link in the description, along with the link to the mind mapping application. And the point of this is really simple. Take what you've done over here and then simply input it into the points below. I suggest that you write out your central topic or thesis here to always keep it as a reminder, keep it up at the top, and make sure that anytime you're writing in your main and subpoints that you always stay tethered to the central topic. I also recommend that you build these points out first before you actually write your introduction, and then save the conclusion for last. Once you have identified what your central topic is, once you have gone through and done your mind map and created all your main topics and subtopics, put them here in your outline. From here, you're going to start writing and filling these all out, building it out. And once you've done that, now you really have a good idea as to what your end product is going to look like. But then that's a good time to then go back and really build out the introduction, and then go through and make the edits and proofread the points from there, and then write your conclusion to really tie it all together at the end. Again, this is a simple sheet, but it will help you create a finished product. Starting with the mind map, so this is the beginning, and then ending with your essay. So what kind of person can really benefit from mind mapping? Well, really, if you are a visual learner, if you are somebody who needs to see the picture first before you really start building out an idea, then this is probably something that will really work for you. I say that because that's the type of learner I am. When somebody tries to explain something to me verbally or phonologically, I oftentimes will struggle with trying to make sense of it visually. For me, the best way to work whenever I'm trying to build out an idea is to just start with that main idea like I showed you, and then just start coming up with other ideas and building that out systematically. And then from there, what I will do is I will take that information and then put it into outline form like I showed you. So if you think that this is something that would help you, I really do encourage you to go ahead and try it out. It'll never hurt to try it out. You can't lose anything from it, but you might find that you can gain a lot of options. And not only that, it really does save time. Once I really started implementing this personally, I found that I never struggled with developing ideas ever again. And if there's anything that would really help you in, that would be any essay or project that you might have in any given class or semester. So again, try it out and see if it works. Learn, develop, grow. That's why we're here. I'm Dr. Jason Wright with Think It Clear. And if you found this video helpful, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel. And again, if you know somebody else that's a student, one of your friends, and you know that they struggle with developing their ideas when it comes down to completing essays and projects, I would share this with them as well. We drop videos every week, so be on the lookout for videos in the future, but also check out our archive that we have on YouTube.